Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler Adventures. Today we'll be taking a road trip from Port Lavaca all the way to Galveston, Texas, and we'll see some of the sights. The first sight we'll see is the lighthouse that used to be out in the Gulf of Mexico. We've seen its light and magnifying lens and in some of the other museums, but now it's at a park in in Port Lavaca. As you can see, it looks nice and pretty still. There's a boardwalk that you can get on. If there's something about this part of Texas that they love their boardwalks. They always have all these nature trails that go out into the water so that you can enjoy the views, enjoy seeing some of the wetlands. There's a Fisherman's Memorial in Palacios, Texas, made in honor of all those fishermen we've lost. Also, I took a detour to head into Matagorda Bay to see the mouth of the Colorado River. Now, seeing the mouths of rivers is not a common thing. Most of them are sort of either surrounded by parks or woods or something inaccessible. This one has two jetties going on either side. While you walk the jetties, you can see some nature, see some fish and seashells. After that, my stop was at the Stephen F. Austin statue. It's made by the same guy that made the Sam Houston statue up in Huntsville. I think we need a Davy Crockett, William Travis, Jim Bowie, and a Once Again one, so that we can complete the collection. I think his head is too big though. But it's still kind of cool to look at. It's pretty big, it stands out. There's a visitor center that you can visit to see what the statue used to look like. His head looks a lot better in this little mock-up. But there's also some historical artifacts while you're there. You look around the place, and outside there's a cannon that points directly at Stephen F. Austin's back. I'm not sure what that's trying to say. But I kept traveling and eventually ended up at Sea Center, Texas. Sea Center, Texas, it's a fish hatchery, I think, from what I was able to understand by reading the information there. There's some tarpon and other types of fish, redfish and so on, that they raise there and then they release out into the Gulf, I guess, so that they replenish all the fishes so that people can fish and not worry about the fishes. It's pretty much a little aquarium. There's also another boardwalk where you can go out and walk and see some natural wetlands. You know, it's the middle of summer, so we don't have a lot of the birds here, but once winter comes, there's a lot more birds. Also drove along and saw some other refineries. It is gas and oil country, so they have refineries everywhere. I like all the tubes that stick out and going in all different directions, and all the tanks. It must be weird to keep track of what does what. At night they look pretty awesome with all their blinking, twinkling lights. They look like cities of the future. Then I stopped by to see Surfside Beach. You have to pass through Surfside Beach in order to make it into the beaches. FOLLET'S Island is a pretty cool beach. It's one of the free beaches that you can go to. You don't need to pay or stay at a fancy hotel or a fancy bed and breakfast to go there. The water's nice, especially in the summer. It's nice and warm. Yes, it's brown, but it's still refreshing and cooling and pretty clean. I didn't really see any trash or anything floating around, so it was kind of good. You can swim out pretty deep with the water just being waist deep, so it's pretty safe, and the waves aren't crazy or anything. Also, I found a treasure. It was some box. I didn't know what was in it. It was full of mud. After cleaning it off, it was a bunch of fishing lures, which I don't know what to do with since I don't fish. Anyways, here's a recreation of the Cabeza de Vaca shipwrecked on FOLLET'S Island, which is why I came here. I don't usually do recreations, but this is a historical recreation of Cabeza de Vaca being shipwrecked, landed in Texas in the 1530s, and wondering how the heck he's going to survive. He's supposed to be in Alabama. Somehow he's in Texas, but he doesn't know that. He's looking for the Carancuas who will hopefully help him. Yeah, that was cheesy. But driving to Galveston, you can see all the little beach houses that people have built. The closer you get to Galveston, the fancier they get, and more expensive, I'm sure. Anyways, I'm glad you joined me for this episode. Make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you.